My phone is, yeah, hopefully it's doing what it says it will do for me this morning. By God's amazing grace, good morning, everyone. Oh, it's Thursday. And today I'm fighting. I make sure I put on military colors. Let everybody know today I am talking with Minister Merle, and we are talking about in life, we must be ready for any kind of change. I'll tell you, this world is full of change, as you and I are seeing morning by morning, afternoon, all day long. So we're talking about change today, Minister Merle. And you know, the Bible says in Isaiah 6:9, it says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. You know, we say things and we do things and we don't realize that there's a God to glorify. There's, you know, we have to answer. We have to look at change and see how change comes about. And my thing today, and my main thing on this topic is, because this relates to just about every human being there is. If there's a famine, there's change. If there's a war, there's change. If there's a house burning, there is change. If there's an argument, there's change. Change is all around us. Okay? The job change, the economy change, we have to change. So today I'm talking about changes that seniors and grandparents and aunts who take on the job of parents, when change comes, there are so many things that are attached to change. You know, it affects every single thing that you do. It affects your life. It affects your finances. It affects your mobility. It affects your buying power. It affects everything that you have. So we're looking at change today in this way. Change in life, and always try and be ready for change. And my reason for this is we have to be like, sorry, my very own hand threw down my table, not my table, but my port for my phone, unfortunately. But let's talk about change. You know, change has all kinds of things in it. So let us go with it as it is. Because when we talk about change, we're not talking about anything that is not so. We're talking about exactly what change does to each and every one of us. If your parents die, there is change. If your grandmother die, there is change. Change affects us in so many unexpected ways, you know? So we have to be ready for change. We have to look at what change is, bringing to us and what we expect in our area of change. So today I'm looking at change. I'm looking at all the things that change brings, you know. When the nest is empty, when the children are home and they're getting ready to leave, there's change, you know. Change must come, and change will come because we are part of change. And we are here, you know, they say the Bible says new mercies every morning. Okay, new mercies come with change. Changes, things affect us. You know, situations affect our daily lives, and there is a change. And we have to adhere to it. We have to respond. We have to find plans for it. So, is change wrong? Is change bad? No, change isn't bad. Change is good. Change is always for the better. Change is to make you get to the places you want to go in time, on time. So how are we looking at change? Now I'm looking at change for seniors, myself, at my age, what my changes are, what my compromises are, what I have to do and what I don't have to do. And, you know, what, you know, I am purposed to do. So Minister Mel, how you look at change?
Every day we wake up, we change.
Yes. It's
You
a
know,
it's a moment by moment.
in this right now, in the age we are living in, it is rapidly changing. And we have to
Mhm.
keep up with all the change in order for us to
Yeah.
live the life that is put out during this dispensation for us. Because we have to change with the times.
Yes, yes, yes. You have to adapt. We have to adapt.
Everything now is electronics,
Mm-hmm.
various platforms. You have
Mm-hmm.
to where people have to learn because now we are seeing doctors virtually.
Mm-hmm.
We make doctors appointment online. We speak to
Yep.
doctors online. We don't no longer go and walk into in a doctor's office. So guess what?
Hmm.
For all the people who don't want to learn to use their phones
Uh-huh.
or the computer, they they
Yes,
are they are really challenged right now.
that's right.
We're so challenged. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a mass amount of changes out there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we just have to be equipped. People have to go out and let their voice be heard. If they cannot adapt to the change, find ways for people to help them with all the changes that's going on. There
Yep,
is
there's a
support
lot.
systems. We just sometimes I consider it lazy, but sometimes we're just very complacent.
Yep.
You know, in every change, even if you change today, you wake up and your husband wants a divorce, right? It's a
Yeah,
massive change. There
overnight.
is there is help when you
For
would sit
every
and
situation.
wallow in all your distress, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Versus saying, I need help.
Yep.
Help is not something that we should be ashamed of.
No, no, not at
But
all.
many
Not at all.
people view help, asking for help, as a weakness. In this age where there is so much change, ain't nothing wrong with saying, I need help.
Nothing about being weak.
Nothing about it. There's not
No.
a sin to be weak. It is a sin to tell a
Change.
lie,
Change
but it's not
starts.
a sin to be weak.
Exactly. What people look at, and that is why we all have to have a plan. Not just, oh my God. I tell you. My apologies. Sorry about that. Today the enemy is, but you know what? I tell the
Pastor
enemy,
Daphne,
uh,
let me tell you something.
I'd say,
Sometimes we use that E word a little too much.
I
This morning,
know
this morning I was
the force of things.
this morning I was taking my medication and it was all in my hands,
Uh-huh.
right? But I forgot
Uh-huh.
because I'm out at the doctor's and I thought I'm going to walk with a pill in my pocket. So they
Ay,
were
ay,
all
ay.
in my hand and I go to put all in my mouth. But the one that I'm supposed to put in my pocket fell on the ground.
Ay, ay, ay.
And then I said, I go to use the E word. I don't
Oh,
like to even say it.
you
And
don't
then
want
I
to
said, see
mention
how
it.
God, see how God kept me from
Yes.
making sure I didn't double dose myself.
Yes, yes, yes,
It
yes.
fell on the ground. It's like, my
Wow.
son, I think I shared this, that he said, we give that man too much foot.
Yes, we do, thanks,
Don't give
thanks.
him any more than he
Thanks for
deserves.
correction because this is, and when I say correction, a lot of us don't like correction, especially our young children and our grandchildren. Correct
Ah,
them and they say, oh Nana,
any,
oh Nana, oh Grandma, hello. The correction is to keep you stable, to keep
I
you
do
your
not,
eyes
I,
bright and
as long as
focused.
I correct them, I
Mm-hmm.
do not hear their words.
No, you ignore. You have to ignore them.
You see, they hear me. That's the
Mm-hmm.
point. It
Mm-hmm.
goes through the air and I see them doing. So I'm doing it anyhow. And if they don't follow correction, it follows the natural consequence.
That's right. And that's
Uh,
the thing. They don't realize that you're trying to help save them from something a little worse than they think that can happen to them down the road. So
and
that's what.
And it's just like us with our parents that tried to
Mhm.
save us. And yet still, we went and did just like our grandkids are doing right now.
And guess what? And didn't God consequence us?
Yes.
All right. We got consequence. So when the elders and like myself are saying to you, don't do this, is because I've passed that already. I've experienced it, or I've seen it in my circle, so I can come back now when I see it repeating itself, because life it's a constant, and you are going to experience it, but the degree to which you're experiencing now is not the same degree to which I experienced it then. You understand? So this is what you have to look at. From the time I see the signs, I'm able to jump and say, hey, wait, don't go there. That is not the right way to go, because I'm saving you from a real hard fall. They say you fall off a precipice and into the gully. I remember going to Jamaica, and when we were driving on mission, and they said, oh, Pastor Daphne, please look across there. When I looked down, Merle, I closed my eyes so tight, and I moved to the edge of the seat that I was sitting in. I said, oh my God. And the roads are narrow. I don't know how two vehicles come. Sometimes you have a mountain, a piece of a hill that sticks out, and you have to wait on the side of them because you can hear the car. They listen for the car. Think about it. We have to be ready, always be prepared. So in readiness, I'm talking about having a plan A, having a plan B, and a plan C, because plan A might fall through, but then plan B is there. You have to look at plan B and see what you could salvage from it, and then make sure that you have a plan C in the event of. So this is it. So we have to understand life is a change of exchange. It's exchanging all the time. When I look at myself, I can speak for me. I think of my service to my children through their grandchildren. Some of them don't like my discipline because, when you want to do your own thing, then you don't like discipline. So life is like that. And we leave it there. I leave all of that there because guess what? The Most High already passed it through my mouth, and I don't have to add anything to it. The idea is ... So you could put in whatever you want at the end of it, because if they say long ago, they say if the cap fit, pull the string. So you could get some common sense in you. I always used to want to say, Grandma, what do you mean pull the string? Because if you pull the string and it offends you, it means that you have something to change in you. That's why it bothers you. Hello. All right. So, and I'm thinking of elders. When I think of myself as a grandmother, and a mother, how much I've put out, and I had my single years as well. So guess what? My experience is not just having a husband. My experience is living alone, doing it alone, fixing the lunches, doing every single thing there is to be done. So always have your plan, because in life, especially you seniors out there, be ready for change and plan your A, B, and C so that you're able to enjoy your senior years comfortably in the right way. And I'm directing this to seniors because I am a senior, and I'm seeing seniors. Yesterday I was in Walmart, and I've seen a senior with a senior, and then I saw another young girl, and she says to me, oh, by the way, excuse me, which flowers do you think is the best? She had two of them. I said, who is it for? I said, well, whoever is going to get the flowers will deserve it. I like this one because it catches my eye. That one has a lot of pretty colors too, but I like this one. So she said, you know what? I'm going to buy it. It's for my mother, and I think she's about your age, I said, okay, we'll go with that one. So we give God thanks that that we are able to understand the things that the good Lord has for us out there. And Minister Merle is out on her her appointment. You see her strutting herself, well dressed, you know, from head to toe, you know. Check her out. Just check her out.
Ah,
She's
God.
you know, so you know, keep the thing about it is your budget. You make a budget and you stick to your budget. You know what your expenses are. If you're going to donate, you know how much you want to donate for donations. If you're going to help out in the home, you know how much you want to help. And don't forget, the money that you spend helping out is tax deductible. Okay, like your rent, and if it's food, you add to that, whatever. You know what I mean. Keep track of what you do for the ballpark figure. I'm going to spend so much and so much every month for the home. If you're sharing home with family, and if you're by yourself, do the same thing. Okay. Remember your transportation. You want to get out there, and you know, Pastor Daphne hasn't been out for a while, so you know very well. My little hot feet are getting really hot right now, even though we have freezing rain. So I'm quite ready to jump in behind a car and drive someplace. So I have to do some either rental or buy a little bumpy to take me from here today, from point A to point B. You know, I'm planning for
Oh,
2020.
somebody might just gift you a car.
Oh God, Father, I love you. Thank you, Papa. Thank
Somebody
you
might
for
just
that
gift
car.
you one.
All right. So,
Gift
Papa,
you
you see, look at that. The word come out my mouth from because you inspired it to me. And here is the answer. Father, thank you. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. We bless your holy name.
God
So don't
glory.
forget.
With all the business going on right now, Pastor Daphne, we just have to equip ourselves, like, you know, spend time. Like I spend time, a good 10 years now, making all kind of mistakes on the computer. I used to be calling you 24/7,
Yeah.
bugging you to do this and to do that and to do that.
I realize you're verified now. You're doing your own
Uh,
thing.
I'm even helping my old sisters too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you know the key to it was you're not going to break it. It's not going to break.
I know. You
Treating
know,
it like a little baby, it's not fragile.
it's
You
not
know.
only that, you know what we used to say? Oh, I'll wait until the grandson come. I'll wait until the
Yeah.
daughter or the son come. No, you don't have to do that. Be
No.
self-sufficient, you know?
In this world of change, we have to change. I mean, like
Mhm.
I'm a driver.
And you know, Minister Merle, what you don't realize right now, our phones are now equipped to send out messages, to type little messages. So you
I
could
do
make a
that.
respond and you copy it and you send it off. Hallelujah to the
Wait a minute.
Lamb.
Wait a minute. I remember Pastor Nathan, right?
Yes.
He was driving and he said, oh, I have to send this text, right? So, and he's younger than me, right? So I was glad that I was able to tell him, oh, you could just speak to your phone and it does it. He said, really?
Oh, you're showing off.
Yeah, I was showing off then. I knew a
She's
little
showing
more.
off her elder skills, okay? So when we gather our skills and we hone them, we express them out to different, people as we meet them along life's way, to help them out. Sometimes,
Yeah.
you see people fidgeting with their phones, and it could be a senior, it could be a young child trying to reach home and doesn't know the fastest way to get through. So, just lend them a helping hand. If you offer it and they don't want it, that's fine. But, offer it, because we are community and we have to learn to live as community, especially with all the diversities in Canada nowadays, we have to find ways. Today, a young kid at the bus stop, he says to me, Mom, what country do you think I'm from? And I said, well, either Pakistan or India. He said, oh, India. I went to India. So he wanted me to know, because he always say good morning to me. He went to India and he was so excited about his trip. I said, isn't that amazing? And he was talking to me all about. So you see, the little things that we do in life, and the little children where we meet and we have them on and tell them good morning, and stuff like that makes a big difference in our lives. A lot of new immigrants in older days and past times, a lot of them weren't very community, they're not communicators, you know, they I guess shy enough the language, but now you have to sort of express yourself and they so that they will learn because they realize it's community. So now when I walk out with my grandson, everybody's guy, good morning, mama, I didn't see you yesterday. So, you know, we create community by the things that we do and we give God thanks for it.
And you see a
So
complete change in even our communities.
yes,
There's change in every community now.
everyone.
Every, the community at your job
Mm-hmm.
is a community, and there's so much change
Yes.
in your workplace, right? The
A lot,
platform
a
is
lot,
different.
a lot of it.
People that you used to see every day
It's
is
slowly.
now working remotely from home.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. A lot of them. Someone called me this morning and I said, oh, what are you doing? I said, I'm getting ready for my program. She said, I'm home today, you know. So now she's home 2 days a week and on the job 2 days a week. Even in Trinidad, my cousin was telling me she goes in she works from home Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and she goes in Thursday and Friday. So, you know, having that option to work remotely, especially if you're a parent with children, is really nice, you know, because it gives them an opportunity to see the children off to school as well as to be home 2 days a week, you know. I think that LTC, remote work is really working out very well for a lot of people out there. Yeah.
And you know, the way people teach people, every area is changed, like even in our foods, right? Because with lettuce being so expensive, we have to switch and change around from eating lettuce every day and finding another way of getting our greens in our bodies. You know,
Well, I
so
have to find a different way to get the greens because I read recently where they're trying to experiment on spinach and corn to add vaccine in it. How much vaccine they want to pump into people's systems? You know what I mean? What is that about? So things
I
like
still
that.
have,
But
again,
we leave that. You know what?
so
I give it to Most High because He's already up there. He knows what to do.
you're talking about change, and that is a massive change.
And that's a change. That's a massive change.
I've told you, like I've eaten corn all my life.
Uh-huh.
Like I love every form of corn,
Me
cuckoo,
too.
everything. And then all of a sudden, I'm allergic to corn.
Yeah, because I put something in the corn so you can
So
eat
I
it now.
told you guys, the only reason I'm allergic is because they put some chemical in it.
Yeah, something is in
No
the
longer
corn.
natural.
It's not.
You
It's
know,
yes. Mm-hmm.
if I buy organic corn, I'm fine. But if I eat regular corn,
Whatever they put on the shells.
I know. Even it's so funny, even the corn chips itch me, you know?
Yeah, because it's got something in it.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
And you know the funny thing about it is, you know, there was an old saying. I can't remember what my grandmother says. You put in stuff in it to try to kill me, and it's you the first one who will die. Sorry.
So you
But seriously, my grandmother said that to me years ago. I was just talking to about something. And she's saying, and she said it, she said, people try to do things to other people, but they don't realize it's really to themselves they are doing it because we are all God's children. And when you do me evil, you're not doing evil to me, you're doing evil to my Father who created me. So leave me where you see me and let God deal with me because He will deal with you faster than He will deal with me if you do anything to me. He's God. And that's how He works. And I'm not telling any of you out there any nonsense. It's written in His word.
Yeah, he said, if you dig a pit for me, you just dig one back for yourself.
All right. So you
That's
might
right.
as well dig two.
Dig two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So life is like that. So now let's talk about some of these other things. So keep track of your health, please. You know, and when you have issues, there are places to solve all of the issues that we have in life. There's lots of organizations that's directly government related that can help you with all the things that affect you positively, negatively, or any other how. Okay? There goes Mr. Mull again. She's at number 29 somewhere, and somewhere. Minding your business.
I'm just heading into my drive. And that's a change, right? I used to be
Yes.
driving all the time. Now I'm being driven.
Yes.
That's the
How
difference.
nice is it to be driven?
To be driven.
Yeah, we give thanks to God for all the benefits that He has put in place for us. And safe journey. Are you going home now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I could keep online.
Yes, I know. But what I'm saying, I wanted to know where you are so I can tell you safe journey. God is with you. He's always around you, above you, next to you. So there's Minister Merle. It is such a nice innovation. You see, here we have now, we have our phones, we have our computers, and because it's a change and we can use it anywhere. So they say you can work from anywhere. You know, you're able to, and we give God thanks for the driver that's taking you back home as you're getting ready to go home and all of that. So let's keep track of our health. Oh, the next thing is health. Your health is your wealth. Interference and right away. So your health is a wealth. Oh, that is your driver.
Yeah, could you turn it up a bit? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your driver. So I can hear him very clearly speaking Punjabi. Okay, good morning. So safe journey with my sister in Jesus' name. So always keep track of your health. Your health is your wealth. If you're not healthy, you cannot survive this life comfortably. I'm not saying easily, comfortably, because life is up and down. Today you're down. Like yesterday, I was out and I got sprinkled with that freezing wind, and I came on. I was sneezing. I said, God, this one is not for me. So I quickly got a nice hot cup of water, drank it, and it sort of slowed down everything. So one of the other things I'm coming to now, this is real iffy, and a lot of people are not going to like me when I say, but as I grow older and I realize that I'm in space, temporary space, it is most important to always, even if you're going to help a friend, a neighbor, a cousin, don't moving without having your own shelter. Always have your own space. It's important because as time goes along, you will have need of it. Okay? Are you hearing me, Minister Morrow?
Yes, Pastor Daphne.
Okay. So we always need to have our space, because you know what? You get to the point where you would like to get home and relax in your home the way you want to relax. But when you spend a lot of time, a lot of us can't live with family, and as seniors, moms, grandmothers. But when you have your own space, life is an extreme joy, because when you want to get away, you can go back to your own space, or you could get on a jet and go somewhere for the weekend. You could go to Niagara Falls, you could go across the border to New York. That's what you need at my age, okay? So 2023, Pastor Daphne is doing things that she hasn't done in many years, okay? With God's help, strength, and doing. So that's it, your health. Don't forget to go to the doctor, check your blood pressure, check your heart, eat right. Make sure you have the things that you need to keep you going. Thank God for all those dumplings and bacon and dasheen and yam, oh Lord, and cassava. It did well. Good soup grandma make, mommy make, the good foods we ate. Beautiful Sunday lunches. Yes, we need all those things. So let's get back to basics, seniors, because you have the strength to do it. You have done so much over the years. So now it's time to keep track of you, and you are number one priority. If you don't have health, you can't help nobody else. So help yourself first. Do like the airlines, flight attendants. I cannot help you, sir, unless, and they remind you, moms, dads, if you're traveling, and nieces, aunts, whatever, your children or cousins, nephews, get yourself buckled first and then look after them. So you are number one, look after number one. So today is in life, be ready for any change. That is the topic. So for those who came in late, be ready for any change. Whether you live in Songbe, in Ghana, whether you live in the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, whether you live in the Caribbean, South America, or Canada, or United States, or even in Europe. Be ready for any change. Prepare yourself. Let's make that your 2023 well, I don't say New Year's solution because, make that a goal for yourself because I'm making it one for me. All right. And the other things, your space is happy. When you have your own space, it's a happy space. So, it's a healthy choice as well. And if you feel like entertaining, they can come over and see you if you feel like it. You could always say no. So you have priorities and you have choices and you have the ability to make your own decisions because you're quite capable of making decisions till the day that you close your eyes because you are a grown child of God and he's looking after you. And if you're not a child of God, I pray this morning that you will receive him and get the strength to go forward. A friend of mine has asked for prayer, so all of you out there, she asked for prayer. She says with very tears in her eyes, she's asking for prayer for someone with cancer. I do not know if it's her. She's an online friend I've had for many, many years. We used to play Farmville way back when I'm home from and she was sick. So keep my friend in prayer. I don't know if it's for her, but there's someone out there who desperately needs prayer and they have cancer. And there's another person in Trinidad that I yesterday had to have her hair shaved again because her cancer, it came out of her cancer came out of remission on her. So we pray for those with cancer that this disease, that mighty God will look after it and he knows what to do best with it. We ask for healing for each and every one of those who are diagnosed with it, those who don't know that they have it, and we ask God to touch our bodies from the crown of our heads to the sole of our feet when it comes to our health, so that we can leave this land healthy, happy, and be able to say, smile when we go and say goodbye. So, find social networks or community programs. Minister Miller always tells me about these things. Pastor Daphne, you can do this, you can do this. So we're going to do this, and this. Oh boy, I have to get a new calendar for that one.
I think
But I'm
one of
having
the
a great
other change
I'm having a great time. What did you say, Mr.
one of
Will?
the other change one of the other change that I noticed with seniors is the fact that seniors are extremely lonely when their kids or their husbands are gone, passed on, or their children go away. The children, as parent, we put out 100% in our children.
Yeah.
And what's happening right now to seniors is that they'll be lucky if they get my friend, I was talking to her and she grew up a daughter by herself, single mother, and the daughter is now a doctor. And, it was 11 days. And she said the daughter doesn't call her. She calls the daughter. So, I prayed with her. And I prayed with her last week, Wednesday.
And the daughter called?
And I pray that children will remember. Remember, especially the parents that went back and forth with them and toiled. you know, because these parents they're not accustomed to being lonely, so alone, not hearing from the kids. 11 days, you know, I said like, so I said to her, I said, you know, people used to think I was my mother's only child.
No, because you spend the time with her.
Because every day my mom would call me, right, when I was working. They said, "Are you your mother only child?" I go, "No, I'm the 12th, right?" So,
no, but you know what it is? It's the relationship you have with them. Because, you know,
relationship, you know.
it's like you call some children and the first thing they say, "Oh, what's up?" Well, hello, you know. So understanding what parenting is all about, until they experience it, you know, for some of them.
And a lot
and I feel sorry for them, because, you know, the children we have nowadays, the younger children, the grandchildren, they're different type of generation, you know.
No, but even your own children, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The children we have.
Like, I'm so thankful that mine call, or at least send a text, "How you doing?" Like, it's a daily thing, you know. I remember last year summer, because my daughter chose to be upset with me.
That's okay.
I wasn't hearing from her, right? But I continue to still send a text to her, you know, like a little morning prayer or a prayer at night. I kept it up because, well, you know what? I do not take on people baggage.
No, you don't carry the baggage at all. Listen, if your baggage is stressing me, I'll seal you down until the time comes that the Lord say, let them go now. Because I don't want anybody sending me no message with a bunch of nonsense in it. They need to look in the mirror of life and see themselves and do what is right. You understand? So don't want anybody stressing me. Don't stress me, because I don't take anybody's stress. I push it right back on, you know? Or I press the buttons. That's why we have buttons. Click, 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 click. Yeah. Life is a serious thing. Life is not a place to play. We don't play with life, you know? It's very serious. Okay. So we could find social networks in our community and community programs that you could go to, you know, like this Swim Fit and this and that and the other, you know. And also to use, like as we are doing now, we're using our experience and expertise in service by having Community Dateline as a program, so we can talk about things. Because some parents, they wish they had somebody to say something, to talk about something like these type of things. And here we are on this platform, just touching bases with it, not in depth, but for you to be aware that you're not the only one facing issues with your children, your grandchildren, your siblings, your husband, your ex-husband, whatever it is, or whoever it is, your colleagues, you know, it's life. They will cross your path. Thank God it's not every day they're crossing your path. You understand? So for those who cross your path every day, you take the Lord along the journey with you. Once he's there with you, you'll be able to cross every bridge, every corner, every ravine, and every river, even the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean along the streams. It all is there for you and I. How do we prepare? Prepare for the unexpected. Always. Make sure you have your insurance, and make sure you know who you're giving your money to. That's important. Because our lives, you know, life is strange right now. You know, in life, you know, the changes that have happened with humanity, the changes that have happened with world governments, it has affected most people in ways that are, you know, they're still reeling from it, you know, and therefore we have to figure out what are the next things you do. So make sure you have a network of people with you. If you don't know where to find services, leave a message on Gem FM and we'll get back to you on that, okay? There's a lot of services out there. The government is giving a lot of services, and a lot of us especially in our community, don't know about it. All the new communities, they come in here and they know every single thing about every single thing that's going on. Get into your community.
There is something called the newcomers, right? So they get all the knowledge. I
Yeah.
think we need to incorporate something for the elderly and the seniors.
Yeah.
Unless you
Mhm.
live within the the seniors building, or you
Yeah, a
join,
lot of the yes.
or you join the seniors groups or something,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
You,
for like for me, my the organization that I'm with right now, they send me a lot of information. Like, you know, there are things that they sent me. I was like, oh, I didn't even know we had that. You know what I mean? So, if you're also, if you are a member of a voting member, please look for your MPs, your MPPs, your councillors. Look to find out where the offices are. If you don't know, please let us know. And we will get that information for you. So let us know where you're located, so you know who your member of parliament is. I mean, member of parliament is the one that is in Government of Canada in Ottawa. Your MPP.
when we think of one of the change that I know that I want to see a big change in is that elderly people can spend your money freely without being heavily taxed on it.
That's right, and you know, that's a big issue. I think when we go into our next conference this year, hope you know, we have resolutions that we have already. Minister Murray, remember when we were working on our resolutions. So those resolutions are going into conference this year. I'm not even sure when we are having our convention, but those resolutions are going to be voted on and bringing into law. So it's also going to bring the fact that we're going to address housing, it's going to address our health, it's going to address our financial situations. So it's going to be a lot of different changes. There's out of the and we are the top. We actually have been voted into the top level of getting our resolutions taken into
Pastor Daphne, I know that you say that, but one of the things that I know what they do, they give priority to all these young women who is making 4 and 5 children, and everything is going towards these people. Nothing is being
but
done.
Listen, I'm not talking about the general consensus of what the government's platforms are. I am talking about the seniors commission that I am on, and that seniors commission and women's commission, we have our separate resolutions, and those resolutions have priority for 2023. So therefore, I expect that what we worked on and what we voted on will come into light. Okay, so, and that is why, please vote. Voting is not to say you don't have to like the candidate. You need to have someone working for you so you could go back to them and say, hey, you know what, you took the job, you need to do so and so for me. That's how it works. Okay. Anything more on that, Minister Merle? So, but what you were saying is, it is a good reference for when the convention comes up. It can be a topic to be brought up, you know, with the caucus at the time. So that will be done. I will note it down. And today, when I speak to the chair, because she's been working very closely with me right now on issues, so that we could get things going. Oh, you arrive home. I see your driver. I see your driver. Well, thank you, driver, for doing such a good job and taking Minister Merle home safely. Safe journey.
I go home. I would have liked to go out, like go to Sobeys or Walmart, but I didn't book it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well, maybe there's purpose for not booking it. You don't know what the weather is going to turn out to be. And you may not want to be on the slippery sliding road today. Are you? Oh, so you're home now.
I am.
Okay. So there you are. So let's
Yeah.
continue. You get in and I'll talk about a few things. In life, when we are ready for any change, you have to look at things that you may need for yourself. You know, for instance, you need certain aids for the house. You need the steps. The chair to come down. You have to know where to get these things. And we're going to put together some things so that you can know who to call, how to get it through the doctors, what your recommendations, and how whatever you need. The bathrooms, you need a walk-in bathroom. You need, you know, as seniors, and as parents, you have to be ready to be able to figure out what do you need as a parent right now. I know there's a lot of issues in schools. We have our young girls who are heading on to just started high schools. That's important, and the ones that are in between. We have to know how our community is going so that we could participate and enhance. That's what we have to be ready. We're in a different time, and as if some of you are sensitive to the atmosphere, you'll realize there's something else taking place in the atmosphere, something that you don't even know is taking place. Something new has taken place. Don't you feel the atmosphere completely different, Minister Merle?
It depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Today the air was just lovely. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Depends, It
Mm-hmm.
depends on. It depends. It really depends.
Yeah. So,
I
you
went
have.
to I went to somebody's house
Uh-huh.
and I found the atmosphere was just, oh my God. It was the whole atmosphere in the house was rather stressful. But I didn't say anything, I uttered a prayer. And then my daughter came down and she said, don't you find this house very, and she used the word heavy. And I said, well, go do your job, right? So
Yeah.
she said, I walk right through this house. When we were coming home, she said, I walk right through the house and I just prayed through the house.
Yes, you have to.
You
You
know,
because there are so many entities. The Bible tells us there are many entities that are around us all the time and surround us, and you have to be aware. Even Minister Merle, oh dear. I'm telling me on this phone of mine. Even Minister Merle, where sometimes people pop in to your space and they pop in and you can feel that something is different. Yesterday I had an encounter with one of the neighbors, and I felt such a heaviness, and I was like, oh my God, what is going on here? I need God. I need for you to pass, let the wind of God pass through quickly,
yeah,
because like you felt as though you were in a vacuum, or in bubbles when I said, my
but
God, it felt like bubble.
those are all kind of changes, and and
Yeah, the
knowing who you
atmosphere.
are, you just quickly know who you are. Like I said,
Exactly. You call
I
you
breathe
call
the
on that.
breath of Christ around me.
Yeah,
I
you
have the
call
mind of
you
Christ, so
protect
I call
yourself.
it
You
out.
have to
You
protect
quickly
yourself
call it
because
in,
hmm
You
the
quickly
entities,
do.
they're in and around. It's a time that they're out there expressing their whatever, um and you have to be aware. One
Yeah,
has to be aware.
aware. Yeah.
you know even in the home, when it comes heavy, I just call on the Lord. I say, Father, just send your angel to pass through, fly through here, fly through the walls, fly through the doors, fly through pass through because you feel the heaviness. You know, sometimes you get outside the door and you're going down the hallway, you feel the heaviness. I say, look, God, this is your job. Have your way.
Yeah.
You know, because you know, and the thing about it, you know, and I know we have spoken about it. Why spend money to do wickedness?
Pastor Daphne, I often say,
That money you could have go and get a proper meal, relax yourself, or even go get your toes done, your fingers done, or something.
Pastor Daphne, the
Put
bottom
some
line
gas
is
in a
this.
car and go somewhere. Wickedness, it comes back to you. And it
I
does,
don't think,
and God does not tell you how He's going to do it because you are affecting His creation. And people don't understand that. And the smart man that's taking, or a woman that's taking their money, is just humming. Can't wait for the next time you show up in front of the door.
yeah, but Pastor Daphne, one of the things people don't realize is, when we are God's children,
Yeah, we're quite aware.
you're not interfering with us.
No.
Because God Himself went into Christ, right?
All right.
And Christ is inside of us. Holy
So He
Spirit.
knows when you're coming towards me.
So when the enemy come, sometimes I don't even know, but my Father already did His job.
He already should back you.
I say sometimes, I tell people, if you throw a ball, it bounces back.
Yeah. But regardless, even if you do wickedness and you get away with your wickedness, the wickedness still is coming back. It ricochets.
It's
not. Going to come back. No, you never get away from doing evil. Never, ever, ever, ever. Not in this lifetime and not in the next.
But to those
I heard one of my brothers.
You know what I read this week? They said, I think was in Psalms 119. One of the Psalms, I read it. Anyway, it said that there was a wall, right? And then, wait a minute, Pastor Daphne, wait a minute. And then he said there was a rampart.
Yes.
So,
and you heard your mother say that already.
Wait. I went and Googled the word. I asked my grandson because I didn't know the meaning of it. And we always say, oh, God put a wall around us. But let me tell you something, Pastor Daphne, today. When I said, what's the meaning of the word? He said, I don't know. So I just quickly Googled it. It's a defensive wall.
Yes.
It's
like, see, military
the wall
today?
Is not, God have a wall up.
Yep.
But there's also the defensive one.
Yes.
Whatever is in that defense, he didn't say, but
nope, he didn't tell
whether
you.
it's be 1,000 or 1,000,000 of one of them machine guns, I really don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a bomb or a missile, but I know that the Bible tells me that there is a defensive one.
Yes, there is.
So I don't know how they're coming through this defense, because if nowadays, like if you have your dog and you want your dog to run, how we put up that imaginary line, but the dog could get.
That is why they said the Atlantic and Pacific they don't cross each other line, because they know they understand the Father.
So whoever try nonsense, that is the kind of defense me have. I don't even know. I thank God for Jesus, Lord God. I thank God
we have a wall. Yes.
It's not just a wall, Pastor Daphne.
It's
a
a
wall
defense,
and
a
that
strong
defense,
defense. It's
and
an
the defense is there.
it's an impenetrable defense.
Sweet Rose Sharon. I'm telling you, you know, it's
Mhm.
right there. It's, you know, but
And it's like it's a foundational wall, you know. It's like the
it is
cornerstone. It's like the cornerstone. Because when you put a cornerstone for a building, it's what keeps that building. If it's 17 floors, 90 floors up, standing. So when he puts his cornerstone wall, yeah, mercy, mercy, mercy. But we've come to the end. We've come to the end of this segment, Father. The days are running fast, and so is the time when we get online. And we give you thanks for it, because remember, people, remember, I say it today, in life, be ready for any change. We are in the last dispensation before Christ's tribulation and rapture. I am praying that each and every one of you, by the mercy of God, be ready. Be ready. Be ready mentally, spiritually, physically. I don't know for financially, but just be ready. Have some money. You never know what it is, what's going to happen. So let us be ready. You see, look how many years the Lord kept certain nations away. Now they come in droves. You have to look at every single change that has taken place on this earth to understand who God is. Okay? He has adopted Israel. Assyria is the work of his hands. Egypt is God's people. Those are the words. He says, Egypt, my people. Assyria, the work of my hands. And Israel, mine inheritance. He inherited Israel. So remember on those words, like I said, let me remind you today, it's very important. Keep this in your mind. In life, and in this life, and in this time, and in this dispensation, be ready for any change. Blessings to Gem FM team, tech team, Minister Nataki. She's part of our program, but she's in the background until such change. And all the other groups, that are on Gem FM. Don't forget, we have advertising as well. We're looking for people to work for Gem FM. And before I go, take care of yourself, take care of your health, it's your wealth. Put together that plan of action, A, B, and C. Minister Merle, I give God thanks for bringing you home safely and your driver.
as always.
And taking me as amen, and taking him back safely to his duty in Jesus' name. So for the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend, have a great weekend. We shall see you, God's willing, on Monday if there's no rapture. Keep sweet in the Lord, keep sweet in life, and be kind to one another. Show love and gratitude. God is merciful. Have a blessed day, all.
Have a
Blessings.
blessed weekend, all. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.